In the fast food world where speed, convenience, and 24/7 service dominate the game, one brand dares to close its doors every Sunday. And still, it crushes the competition. Chick-fil-A makes more per store than McDonald's, Starbucks, and Taco Bell despite being closed 52 days a year. So how do they do it? What's the secret behind Chick-fil-A's success without sacrificing Sundays? Let's dive in. The story of Chick-fil-A begins with a man whose vision would shape not just a restaurant, but an entire culture of service and values. Truett Cathy, a humble entrepreneur from Georgia, believed that a business could be more than just a place to make money. He saw it as an opportunity to make a difference in people's lives, both customers and employees alike. From the very beginning, Cathy's approach was personal, hands-on, and deeply rooted in his own beliefs about what mattered most in life. In 1967, when he opened the very first Chick-fil-A in Atlanta, Cathy made a decision that would set his restaurant apart from every other fast food chain in America. He announced that Chick-fil-A would always close on Sundays, a move that seemed almost unthinkable in an industry obsessed with staying open as much as possible. For Cathy, this wasn't just a business tactic. It was a reflection of his personal convictions and a desire to do things differently. The choice to close on Sundays was about more than just honoring his faith. Cathy wanted to give his employees something rare in the world of fast food, a guaranteed day off. He believed that everyone deserved a chance to rest, recharge, and spend time with their loved ones. This policy allowed employees to attend church, enjoy family gatherings, or simply take a break from the relentless pace of restaurant work. It was a radical idea at the time, but it quickly became a cornerstone of Chick-fil-A's culture. Over the years, the closed-on-Sunday policy became more than just a rule. It became a symbol of what the restaurant chain stood for. Customers came to associate the brand with integrity, consistency, and a willingness to put people before profits. The sight of a Chick-fil-A sign announcing its closure on Sundays became a familiar reminder that some things are more important than making an extra dollar. While other fast food giants extended their hours, staying open late into the night and even on holidays to maximize revenue, they held firm. The company's leadership resisted the pressure to follow the crowd, choosing instead to double down on their values. This decision was often questioned by industry experts who wondered if the chain could survive, let alone thrive, while giving up an entire day's worth of sales every week. But the results spoke for themselves. Rather than falling behind, the establishment became known for its loyal customers, dedicated employees, and a brand identity that stood out in a crowded marketplace. The founder's stand wasn't just a footnote in the company's history, it was the foundation for everything that followed, proving that sometimes, the boldest decisions are the ones that define you. With the establishment being closed every single Sunday, you'd think that would hurt their bottom line, right? But the reality is far more surprising. In 2024, the average Chick-fil-A location pulled in a staggering $8.5 million in annual sales. That's not just impressive, it's industry-shaking. To put it in perspective, that's more than double what most of their competitors make per store. And they're doing it with one less day of business each week. Their drive-thrus are legendary for their speed and efficiency, and their employees are known for their friendliness and attention to detail, which keeps customers coming back. Now let's compare that to McDonald's, the undisputed king of fast food. The average McDonald's location brings in about $3 million a year. That's still a huge number, but it's less than half of what Chick-fil-A is making per store. And remember, McDonald's is open every single day, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Taco Bell, another giant in the fast food world, averages just $1.6 million per location annually. That's less than a quarter of Chick-fil-A's average. Even with their late-night hours and massive menu, they can't touch Chick-fil-A's numbers. And then there's Starbucks, the coffee powerhouse with locations on nearly every corner. Even Starbucks, with its constant stream of caffeine lovers, doesn't come close to Chick-fil-A's per-store sales. The gap is astonishing, especially considering Starbucks is open all week long. So, what's the secret? It really comes down to two things: demand and efficiency. The fast food giant has mastered the art of creating a product people crave, and they deliver it with remarkable speed and consistency. Their kitchens run like clockwork, and their staff is trained to handle massive crowds without missing a beat. But there's another factor at play. By closing on Sundays, the establishment creates a sense of scarcity. People know they can't get their fix every day, so they plan their visits more intentionally. It becomes a treat, something to look forward to, and that anticipation drives even more demand. When Monday rolls around, the effect is obvious. Lines wrap around the building, drive-thrus are packed, and the parking lot is overflowing. It's as if all the pent-up demand from Sunday spills over into the rest of the week, making every open day feel like a special event. Instead of losing sales by being closed, they are actually consolidating them into fewer, more intense hours. This strategy not only boosts their per-hour revenue, but it also keeps their staff energized and their operations running at peak efficiency. In the end, the establishment isn't just keeping up with the giants, they're outselling them, one chicken sandwich at a time. Behind the scenes, everything runs like a machine. Chick-fil-A is one of the most operationally efficient fast food chains in the country. From double-lane drive-thrus to the way employees take orders outside with iPads, every detail is optimized. But more than that, it's the people. Employees aren't just trained to be fast, they're trained to care. My pleasure isn't just a phrase, it's a mindset. Lower turnover, higher morale, better customer service. You feel the difference when you walk in. Now here's something unique. When you think about fast food, you might imagine a world where the main goal is to open as many locations as possible, as quickly as possible. But Chick-fil-A's take is very different, one that's all about quality over quantity. Instead of racing to expand, they focus on building a brand that stands for something more than just chicken sandwiches. It's about creating an experience that customers can trust, no matter which location they visit. The establishment doesn't just hand out franchise licenses. In fact, the process to become an operator is one of the most selective in the entire restaurant industry. It's not just about having the money or business experience. The company is looking for people who are passionate about service, who want to be hands-on leaders, and who are committed to upholding the brand's values every single day. To put it in perspective, it's actually harder to get accepted as an operator for a store than it is to get into Harvard. That's not just a catchy comparison, it's backed up by the numbers. Harvard's acceptance rate hovers around 4%, but Chick-fil-A's is even lower. The company receives tens of thousands of applications every year, but only a tiny fraction are chosen to open a store. It's a process that involves multiple interviews, background checks, and a deep dive into each applicant's character and leadership style. They get over 20,000 applicants a year, and only select a few hundred. That means the odds are incredibly slim, but for the fast food giant, it's not about how many stores they can open. It's about finding the right people, those who truly align with the company's mission, culture, and high expectations. The selection committee looks for individuals who are not only business savvy, but also community-minded and dedicated to making a positive impact. That means they choose people who really align with the mission, culture, and expectations. New operators go through extensive training, learning not just how to run a restaurant, but how to lead a team, serve their community, and maintain the highest standards of hospitality. It's a partnership, not just a business transaction. The fast food giant invests in its operators, and in return expects them to be fully committed to the brand's promise. And the establishment keeps ownership of the land, buildings, and equipment. Operators aren't just investors, they're stewards of the brand. This unique model means that operators don't have to take on massive debt or risk, but they also don't own the physical assets. Instead, they're empowered to focus on what really matters. Running an exceptional restaurant and building relationships with their guests and team members, they're deeply involved and deeply accountable. Operators are expected to be present in their restaurants, leading by example and setting the tone for their teams. They're not absentee owners, they're the face of business in their communities. This hands-on approach ensures that every guest receives the same warm welcome and high-quality service, no matter where they are. That tight control leads to consistency across locations. Whether you're in Atlanta, Los Angeles, or a small town in the Midwest, you can expect the same delicious food, the same clean environment, and the same friendly service. It's a level of consistency that's rare in the fast food world, and it's only possible because of the company's careful selection process and unique operating model. A rare feat in fast food. While other chains might sacrifice quality for rapid growth, Chick-fil-A proves that focusing on the right people and the right values can create a brand that stands out for all the right reasons. It's not just about selling chicken, it's about building something lasting, one carefully chosen operator at a time. Let's talk branding. Chick-fil-A doesn't flood the airwaves like McDonald's. Instead, it leans into clever, clean, and memorable campaigns like the Eat More Chicken Cows. But even deeper than that, It's built trust. They've turned loyal customers into brand ambassadors. And when controversy strikes, their core audience sticks with them. Why? Because the values aren't just performative, they're baked into the culture. Here's the truth most companies won't say. You don't have to be everything to everyone. By saying no to Sunday, they're saying yes to their culture, employees, and long-term strategy. It proves that clarity of purpose often outperforms convenience. And in a world that's always on, closed doors can sometimes open the most meaningful success. So why does Chick-fil-A succeed without being open on Sundays? Because it's more than a restaurant. It's a philosophy. Focused, consistent, human. It doesn't try to win every customer, just the right ones. And in doing so, it's built a business model that others can't seem to replicate. Chick-fil-A didn't sacrifice profits for principle, it built profits through principle. If you found this video insightful, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the brands shaping our world.